Have you ever had this feeling? You wake up, physically fine, and yet somehow your energy feels drained. The mind races, the body feels heavy. Emotions rise from nowhere, anger, fear, sadness, but they don't feel like yours. And no matter what you do, meditate, cleanse, ground, something lingers, like an invisible fog in your field. If this resonates, listen carefully, because what most people don't realize is that your energy field, your personal space of vibration, is not neutral ground. It is a target. And many of the shifts you felt lately are not random. They are the result of a deeper game, one designed to hijack your field and distort your frequency. Ancient mystics understood this well. They didn't just speak of energy as some vague force. They mapped it. They protected it. Because they knew your field determines your reality. It is the space through which your thoughts ripple outward. Your emotions broadcast. Your intentions shape your timeline. And what few realize today is that this field can be hacked. You are living in a time when unseen currents move more aggressively than ever. The noise, the fear, the engineered division, the constant stimulation, all of it designed, consciously or unconsciously, to fracture your field. Because a fragmented field is easier to manipulate, easier to drain, easier to steer toward lower timelines. And this is why so many are feeling the way they do now. Not because they are failing spiritually, but because they are being targeted energetically in ways most have not been taught to see. Have you noticed it? Conversations that leave you inexplicably exhausted. Social spaces that feel dense, almost suffocating. Dreams that seem seeded with fear or confusion. Waves of unexplainable fatigue hitting without cause. This is not just stress. It is field interference. And here is the deeper truth. You do not have to consent to this. Your energy field is sovereign, but only if you reclaim it. And that reclamation begins with awareness. Most people walk through life with an open field, porous, unguarded. They do not realize they are leaking energy. They do not see the threads of distortion being woven into their space. And so they live reactive, pulled by currents they do not consciously choose. But you are here, which means your field is already waking up to this deeper layer of reality. And once you see it, once you understand what is truly happening beneath the surface, you can take it back. Because here is what those who hijack fields don't want you to know. Awareness restores sovereignty. Presence clears distortion. Intention rebuilds the shield. And when you reclaim your field fully, you no longer feed the systems that seek to drain it. You begin to move through reality as you were meant to, aligned, clear, unhacked. And this is exactly what we are going to explore in this video. Not just the problem, but the path back to clarity. Because the truth is, they can only hijack what you leave unguarded. And once you remember how to protect your field, you will feel the difference in every breath you take. You are not broken. You are not powerless. You are awakening to what was hidden, and it starts now. If you want to reclaim your field, you must first understand how it is being hijacked. Because this is not random. It is not accidental. It is structured. It is layered. It is targeted. And the more you see it, the more you can clear it. Your energy field operates in 3 primary layers. 1. Mental layer. 2. Emotional layer. 3. Etheric layer. Each of these can be hijacked in distinct ways. And most interference works by subtly disrupting all 3, causing confusion, fatigue, and misalignment. Layer 1. The mind. This is where most of the hijacking begins. Because if they can control the narratives in your mind, they don't need to control your body. The field responds to thought. And modern life is saturated with engineered thought patterns. Fear cycles in the news, manufactured urgency in marketing, comparison loops in social media, doom-scrolling habits that fragment focus. Each of these fragments the mental layer of your field. Thoughts become chaotic. Clarity dims. Self-trust erodes. And as the mind spins, the field weakens. An open, focused, coherent mind strengthens the field. A fragmented, fear-driven mind leaks energy. And this is the first layer of hijack. Convince you to run thought patterns that open holes in your field. Layer 2. The emotions. Once the mind is spinning, the next layer opens. Emotion. Hijacked thoughts trigger hijacked emotions. And here, the field is even more vulnerable. Because emotional energy carries deep charge, and it moves fast through the energetic body. This is why so much content, both media and personal, is designed to provoke outrage, fear, hopelessness, polarization. Why? Because a polarized field is a fragmented field, and a fragmented field is easy to drain. Have you noticed this? A conversation online leaves you vibrating with anger hours later. News cycles implant a low-grade fear you can't shake. Innocent content triggers sadness or inadequacy. These are not random emotional waves. They are engineered frequency disruptions. And once your emotions are reactive, the field becomes unstable. Layer 3. The etheric field. The deepest and least understood layer of hijack. The etheric field is the subtle energetic structure surrounding and interpenetrating your body. It holds the templates for vitality, intuition, manifestation, protection. When the mind and emotions are fragmented, the etheric field begins to thin. And this is when external energies can begin to attach. Not in the Hollywood sense of possession, but in the very real, very common sense of thought forms embedding, external entities feeding, energetic cords forming without consent. Suddenly, your field is no longer broadcasting just your frequency. It is broadcasting interference, and you feel it. Fatigue that rest won't fix, brain fog, random aches, disconnection from intuition, dreams that feel invasive. This is how the hijack unfolds. Thought, emotion, etheric weakness, external drain. And if left unchecked, you begin to lose sovereignty over your own energetic space. But here is the empowering truth. Each layer can be reclaimed. And the moment you begin to stabilize even one, the others begin to clear. Because your field wants coherence. It is designed to be whole. It is designed to self-heal, but only if you stop feeding the hijack patterns. In the next sections, we'll go deeper into how to recognize each layer of hijack in your field, how to clear distortions, how to seal your field and prevent future hijacks. Because the truth is simple. They can only drain what you leave open. And once you understand how your field works, you can take it back, for good. Before you can fully reclaim your field, you must learn to see the hijack as it happens, because this is how it spreads. Unseen, subtle, insidious. Hijacked fields don't feel like some external attack. They feel like you, your thoughts, your emotions, your energy. That's the danger and the brilliance of the mechanism. If it screamed, you would notice. But it whispers. And it does so through patterns that feel familiar. But once you know the signs, once you can spot the fingerprints of the hijack, you reclaim power instantly. Because awareness alone begins to unravel the distortion. Let's go deeper. Here are the most common signs that your field is being hijacked in real time. 1. The thought loops you can't exit. You're fine one moment, and then a thought, a worry, a memory, a self-criticism. It hooks you, and no matter how much you know better, you can't shake it. You spiral, you ruminate, you lose presence. This is a classic first sign of a mental layer hijack. The thought itself isn't the issue. It's the loop that matters. When your field is whole, thoughts flow. When your field is hijacked, thoughts loop, endlessly, exhaustingly. If you find yourself caught in mental loops that don't feel like you, pay attention. It is likely not your natural resonance. It is interference trying to embed and drain your cognitive energy. Recognition is the first step, but awareness alone is not enough. You must act. Because these hijack patterns do not dissolve by hoping. They do not respect passive spirituality. They respond to intentional, embodied reclamation. And the good news is this: you already have everything you need to clear them. You were born with it. But modern life taught you to forget, to give your power away. This is your reminder and your invitation to remember. Let's go step by step. Step 1. Seal the field with awareness. The moment you notice a hijack signature, pause. Whether it's a thought loop, an emotional spike, fatigue, or dream residue, stop and name it. This is not mine. Or, this is interference. Why? Because naming it collapses identification. Hijack patterns feed on unconscious resonance. When you say, "This is not my field," you pull your consciousness out of the loop. And this alone begins to seal the first layer of the field. Step 2. Reclaim through breath. Your breath is your first and strongest energetic tool. Because breath anchors consciousness in the body and clears static from the field. Hijack patterns often ride on disconnection from breath. Notice this. When you're caught in a loop, your breathing becomes shallow or erratic. When you deepen the breath, presence returns. Here's a simple protocol. Inhale slowly through the nose, 4 count. Hold, 4 count. Exhale slowly through the mouth, 6 to 8 count. Repeat 5 to 10 cycles. Why it works? Recalibrates nervous system, grounds energy, expands field boundaries, dissolves reactive charge. Step 3. Command the field. Now that presence is returning, speak to your field. Out loud, if possible, the voice carries charge. Examples: I reclaim all of my energy fully now. I close all openings in my field now. I release all foreign frequencies from my space. I seal my energy body in sovereign alignment. Why this works? Your field responds to conscious command. Words are vibration. Vibration reshapes energy. The key is presence and intention. You do not need elaborate rituals. You need coherence and clarity. Step 4. Purify the emotional body. Emotions often hold residual hijack charge. To fully clear, you must move the energy. Options: shake the body, trauma release technique. Dance, intuitive movement. Vocal toning, hum, chant, tone. Breath work. Why? Because unexpressed emotional energy becomes stagnant, and stagnation invites new hijack hooks. Movement dissolves this. Step 5. Strengthen the etheric shield. Finally, reinforce your field to prevent re-entry. This is where visualization becomes powerful. Visualize a sphere of light surrounding your body. The light growing denser, brighter, impermeable to external distortion. The sphere expanding slightly with each breath, connected to Source, higher self. Hold this visualization for 2 to 5 minutes. Why this works? The subconscious responds to imagery. Your field aligns to your dominant imagery. When you see your shield, your field responds by reinforcing it. Summary: the full protocol. 1. Name the interference. 2. Breath to presence. 3. Command your field. 4. Move emotional energy. 5. Reinforce etheric shield. You will feel the shift. Mind clears. Emotions neutralize. Fatigue lifts. Intuition returns. The field clicks back into alignment. And the more often you do this, the stronger your baseline shield becomes. Because hijackers rely on passive targets. They avoid coherent fields. A strong, sealed, sovereign field is an unattractive target. And here is the final truth of this part. You are not meant to live in defense. You are meant to radiate a field so clear, so stable, that distortion cannot find purchase. And this is not reserved for advanced beings. It is your birthright, and you are already remembering it. In the next part, we'll go deeper into how to maintain this clarity and live with an unhijackable field. Because sovereignty is not a moment. It is a practice, a frequency, a way of being. Clearing your field is powerful, but maintaining that clarity, living from a place of energetic sovereignty, that is where true transformation begins. Because this is not about a single ritual. It is about a way of being, a frequency, a state where your energy field is so clear, so strong, so aligned, that hijack attempts simply dissolve on contact. Here is the truth most won't tell you. The world is not going to get quieter. The noise will rise. The attempts to fracture fields will continue, even increase. And those who wait for external peace will always be playing catch-up. But those who master their inner alignment, who walk with a sealed, coherent field, they will move through chaos untouched. They will become the eye of the storm. How do you live this way? Let's make it simple, practical. 1. Build daily coherence. Sovereign fields are not built through occasional clearing. They are built through daily coherence practices. Simple, consistent acts that center the mind, stabilize the emotions, strengthen the etheric boundary. Daily options: morning breathwork, meditation on field integrity, movement, yoga, qigong, intuitive flow, energy clearing with intention, nature immersion, consistency greater than complexity. A simple 10 to 15-minute daily practice is more powerful than occasional big rituals, because coherence is cumulative. Each day you stabilize, your baseline frequency rises, and hijack hooks lose grip. 2. Audit your inputs. You cannot maintain a clear field while flooding it with distortion. Audit media, social feeds, conversations, spaces you frequent. Ask, does this feed clarity or fragmentation? What you consume becomes part of your field. Be ruthless with what you allow in. This is not fear. It is energetic hygiene. 3. Practice energetic discernment. As your field stabilizes, your sensitivity will increase. You will feel when something is off, even if it looks fine on the surface. Honor that. Do not override your intuition to be polite or fit in. Sovereign fields are maintained through aligned choices. Every no to distortion is a yes to clarity. 4. Live with sealed boundaries. Do not wait for a hijack to seal your field. Live as though your field is always sovereign. Simple affirmation to hold throughout the day. I move through this world in full energetic sovereignty. My field is sealed, clear, and aligned to my highest frequency. The key is not to live in fear of hijack, but to live in alignment with such coherence that hijack cannot land. This is what true protection looks like. Not walls, but radiant frequency. 5. Anchor in higher purpose. And here is the deepest layer. Hijacks thrive in fields that lack clear direction. When you are scattered, you are vulnerable. But when you live anchored in purpose, aligned to what your soul came here to do, your field becomes naturally resilient. Purpose generates coherence. Coherence repels distortion. Know why you are here. Live aligned to that knowing, and the field will stabilize around that core frequency. Final truth: you were never meant to live fragmented. The hijack is not natural. It is an artificial overlay, designed to keep you small, reactive, drained. But your original design? Sovereign, clear, radiant, unstoppable. And you are already remembering it. Each time you notice the interference, clear the static, reclaim your space, anchor in purpose, you are rebuilding your field. And each layer of coherence builds upon the last, until you walk through this world not as a victim of unseen currents, but as a master of your energetic domain. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are awakening to the deeper architecture of reality. And as you reclaim your field fully, unapologetically, you will remember who you truly are: a sovereign creator, a being of radiant, unhijackable light. And that future, it begins now.